Hello everyone, my name is Dr. Denise Ejo, the CEO of Cornwall Cancer Foundation. I would like to welcome you to our Cornwall Cancer Foundation page. Our goal is to create an awareness of the challenges, support and guidance experienced in managing cancer care for sufferers, family, carers and friends. To engage with us, don't forget to subscribe to our channel, click our notification bell.
I've had patients coming to my clinic, and then when you make a diagnosis, and then you tell them, madam, with everything added up, this is the likely diagnosis, and this is the pattern of management. The same patient will leave your clinic and go and look for another doctor who will probably want to tell her what she wanted to hear, and also tell her, don't mind those doctors. How can they ask you to bring 200,000 naira? With 50,000 naira, you get better. And so what they do is probably give them lots of painkillers, give them, worsen their situation, give them steroid, and a lot of malpractices. And unfortunately, by the time the same patient will come back to you, the case has worsened. So you have this vicious cycle repeating itself. Lots and lots of experiences or examples that I can mention in that regard. I mean, you can imagine if you have a patient who has stage 2 disease and you operate and you say, look, madam, at this stage, if you have chemotherapy, your 5-year survival rate is near 90%. And the same patient disappears from your clinic only to come back with a recurrent disease. So these are some of the problems that we have. And that's why I usually talk about patients' choices. I have personally counseled a patient in my clinic, and then I admitted her, and because the students needed to speak to her on the ward, she told my students that nobody has ever told her anything about why she was admitted. I mean, it was really embarrassing because fortunately I was the one doing round, and I got there, and then the students were alarmed that the patient was admitted without any information. And I was really surprised. So I asked her, madam, have you ever seen me before? She said, yes. Did I discuss any reason why I admitted yesterday? She said she didn't know that was what the students were talking about. So we have a lot of issues to address in patient care. Now, talking about testing for ovarian cancer, unfortunately, like Dr. Shagaya said, ovarian cancer is one of the most dangerous cancers, and it is one of the, at the same time, because of the large percentage of the types of ovarian cancer that are chemosensitive. If you pick it early, you have patients who have been, treated 4 or 5 years ago for ovarian cancer. We have a patient we have followed up for 13, 14 years, and they are done well from ovarian cancer. So it is not a death sentence. That's my usual opening statement with my patients. If we do the right thing, we get the good results. But I'm not going to burden us again by overflogging what Dr. Shaga said, but what she said were the actual truth. Every woman should, when you're doing your meds every year, it doesn't cost you much to check the level of CA125. Like you said, it is not sacrosanct. That is not the only thing. But if you do abdominopelvic ultrasound, if you do CA125 and some other parameters, at least you can compare with the baseline of the previous year. And that can give you an idea of what you have to do next. And if it's suspicious, I've had patients who have unusual rise in CA125 and they got worried, came to my clinic, and lo and behold, it wasn't ovarian cancer. And I have to allay their fear. And I have patients, because there are so many things that will cause raised CA125. Now, talking about removal of second ovary, this is a very, very difficult decision for any gynecologist to make. I have had to do bilateral saprophorectomy for 18-year-old girl because the first doctor that saw her just took a biopsy, removed one ovary, and within 6 months, she came back with cancer on the second ovary. And I just realized that even the first ovary that they said they removed, they really didn't remove it. They just took a biopsy and then had a tissue diagnosis. She was supposed to start chemotherapy, but they didn't have money, and the father took her to one Abali center. So it was a problem. By the time she came back, she had a stage 3B disease. So I have to counsel them and then remove the 2 ovaries, remove the uterus, and try to see what we can do. Even personally having to arrange for fund for her to have chemotherapy. Unfortunately, again, she disappeared, only for the father to call us like 6 months later that she's dead. So these are some of the things that happen. What do we tell our colleagues? Well, there is no doctor that doesn't know the right thing to do. If a dentist decides to open up the abdomen, he or she is deliberately signing his or her death sentence. That's the honest truth. But again, we've had a lot of, I won't dispute the fact that we have lots of malpractices going on. But at the same time, in the present day Nigeria, except the patient does not want the standard of care, we have lots of hospitals in almost every town in this country, every major city in this country that offer the standard of care for patients. Even in Ibadan, even though I work in UCH, I had calls from different private hospitals. Once they have cases that are gynae oncology related, they send for me or any of my colleagues that are in the unit, even when they have in-house gynecologists. So things have changed, things are still changing, but we can't keep quiet. But the last point I will raise is we have so many stories going on that are really not true. One of my patients actually contacted another doctor in the UK, and I don't know what he told the doctor, but the doctor fortunately knew me. I think we met in England on 1 or 2 occasions. And the doctor said, look, if Dr. Oluwashola is your doctor in Nigeria, I advise you to go back to him because I won't do anything different from whatever I will do for you. That is because the doctor knew me. But some other people that don't know me will listen to whatever wrong information they are providing and they will act on it. I had a patient who came in from Ilori and told me an entirely different story. I mean, that one had cervical cancer from what she was told by the prof in Ilori. Unfortunately for her, because we are very few, all the gynecologists, we practically know ourselves. And so I put a call through to the prof and I asked prof, what happened? Prof told me entirely different thing. So I had information to be able to correct the woman assertion when she came to my next clinic. So these are some of the things that happen. It's not just only people talking about what we do abroad here, but even within us here. So far the information you are providing for the patient is not accepted to her. She goes ahead to give information about what is accepted to her, and that is what she wants to listen to. Those are a few challenges that we have had, and I thank you for this privilege. Thank you very much. I apologize for.
No, thank you very much, Dr. Chesson. So I know that there's a big wow ending that Dr. Shagaya has for us. All right then, we're here, we're listening. Larry, I see your hand. I'll do it at the very end. Yeah. So Dr. Shagaya has some interesting tips, I think, that she wants to give us. May God help us now that all this has come out. Thank you, all the doctors in the house. We're really appreciative.
Yes. Okay. While we're still talking about it, okay. So she's finished being treated. We're now on the part of survivorship. You know, and while I was preparing for this talk, I asked myself, what does survivorship mean? It means different things to different people. To some of my patients, survivorship just means I'm no more going to oncology clinic. But I tell you, survivorship means the diagnosis, going through the treatment, and having to live with cancer and for the rest of your life. You are a survivor, either way. And there's so many issues, the fear of recurrence, the emotional part of the disease, the financial toxicity, the mental toxicity. You know, there's just so much that one has to go into. And while I was talking with Dr. Dennis yesterday, there was something that caught both our eyes, you know, the mental part and the sexual part. In Nigeria, we don't talk a lot about those. Financial doesn't much I can say here, because it's either you have insurance or you don't. It's either you're going to solicit from funds, from friends, family, it's that part is difficult, and there isn't really much, though. Spaces like this can help to, solicit for funds here and there, but we are limited when it comes to finances. But when it comes to things like mental health, definitely, not just for the patient, significant other, family members, caregivers, you all need some sort of, psychological support about how to just cope with this diagnosis. And, now the sexuality is something that, in the African space, especially Nigerian space, there's a lot of, reluctance to discuss some of these things. Sometimes you're talking to this elderly woman and she just feels, is that what is my problem? It's very easy to say that, but in reality, it is a problem because she still has a significant other who needs to understand why his wife has changed. If it's a younger woman, it's even more, significant. And there are many reasons why there'll be problems in that department. They take out her ovaries, like someone asked earlier on, it automatically tilts you into early menopause. In early menopause, your drive, your whole body changes, your body image changes, your attention in that department changes for some women. And every woman, when it comes to this, is unique. You can't use one woman's reaction to judge the next woman. No, everybody is different and has how this change in hormones affect her. So what are the things that, I would say to my patient when they come in? Most of the time, from the very beginning, I like to see them with their significant other, so we can talk about these things ab initio before we start, so that when it starts to happen, it's not as a shock. It's not like, what happened? She's going to complain. Sometimes she may not even be able to initiate. She may not even appreciate what is going on. Psychologically, her mind is in a different place. Her body maybe is not, if you're menopausal, there's a tendency to have dryness down there. Lubrication is no more the same. She's just not in that place. She may even have pain or discomfort. So there are things that can be used to help the patient throughout the journey and even beyond, because some of these side effects can happen at diagnosis, some during treatment, and some years later. Some of the side effects will go away, some won't go away. So when it comes to the dryness and the pruritus, there are a lot of vaginal lubricants that are available commercially and on prescription. There's some local ones that actually have some hormones that you can use, which will not be absorbed and become systemic, because these days everybody's scared of hormonal replacement. There are gadgets and toys that are available. People don't like to discuss this, but I'm confident everybody here is an adult. Sexuality is part of your health. Just the same way your vital signs are part of your health, your sexuality is part of your health. So it's something that must be addressed at the beginning, during, and after your treatment. With regards to the mental health, here we're beginning to, it's not something we're beginning to talk about it. But I really wish we really had it as important as the way we look at nutrition. I wish we'd put mental health, all of them at the same par. Because I tell you, a patient that is mentally ready and stable is a better patient and a happier patient. Because when you're dealing with cancers, quality of life is extremely important. Now, there are many reasons. There's the anxiety of the disease, anxiety of the prognosis, anxiety everywhere. Even with the caretakers, they're anxious for you. You are anxious for yourself. There are the changes, there are the stress levels, there's the relationship conflict with the people you live with. Sometimes even with your doctor, you walk into the clinic and you feel the doctor hasn't given you enough time or enough attention, or your employer is not understanding that you can't make it to work some days. So I tell you, living with cancer, living after cancer care is a long-term thing, and it's something we all need to talk about. Something we found and literature have found to be really helpful are the support groups. And not just any support groups with people who are living with the same story with you. I've spoken to my patients, and one of them told me that she hates to be told, I know how you feel. And, that sentence got me thinking, because a lot of us say that, I know how you feel. You can't know how the patient feels if you haven't walked that journey. That's the honest truth. I can only imagine I know how you feel. But so the survivor group, the support groups, where you have other people who have been in the same shoes as you have been, and preferably we'll have one or two people who have the right information, because we don't want the wrong information going up and down. If you have yourselves together, you encourage each other, you talk to each other, that probably will be very helpful for the journey afterwards. And another thing we should make sure we do is, even though today we're talking about ovarian cancer, we stick on this space, talking about it every month, a different malignancy. And I tell you, together we can do a lot about the C word that scares all of us. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Shagaya. You've taken our logo, our what do you call that word? Together we fight, together we win. All my cancer colleagues on the line, clap for yourselves, I beg. Just clap for yourself. We're still fighting. Lanre, you had a question, and then I think we're going to round up now. Lanre, yeah. I'm the only one that's still got long hair among all of us.
I know.
Okay.
I don't know why you've got long hair. Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Lanre Lasisi, and wow, absolutely. Dennis knows I'm a cancer. I'm a cancer survivor. I was diagnosed with stage 3, but praise God, I want to say praise God because it was here. I didn't even know I had it. That's the point. That's another story for another day. But because I'm in UK, thank God, they were able to, because they had to go into my lymph nodes and all that bit. So I know the oncologist knows what I'm talking about. So when Denise said, Dr. Shagaya and an oncologist is coming, a Nigerian and a woman, I thought, you know what, I'm not missing this for anything. So thank you. You've actually answered a lot of my questions. And all this bit about, do you know it's true? Don't like it, don't like to hear it, because we were talking together. I said, your journey just started after your treatments has finished. And that's what I'm experiencing. Nobody can tell me, even my oncologist said to me, I can't tell you how you are going to, recover, how it's going to be. Everybody's body works differently. So I thank God for Dr. Adamu, Dr. Sheson as well. Dr. Denise, thank you. But another question I wanted to ask is, for Nigeria, we're raising awareness. This type of platform, how can the less privileged get access to it? Because yes, I cannot get access to it. Now, there's nobody in my family that's got cancer. And at age 50, now, well, I'm going, I'll throw it out there, age 55, I am looking at this. Where do I go to? Nobody talked about it. Okay, now I'm a bit more knowledgeable, the BRAC, everything that you're talking about, I get it. But how do we get this out there to the less privileged? Because they'll come to you, for example, Dr. Shagaya, they can't afford your bill. What do we have in place for them in Nigeria? It's just a question, what kind of platform can we create to create awareness, to do workshops so that they know the pointers and all that? Even I that I'm here, the fatigue, everything that you're talking about, I was fainting, but it was because I need to get up, I need to work. You don't have somebody, a partner that understands what you're going through. And men do go through andropause. I'm sorry, I have to throw it out there because they don't want to address it, that they actually go through andropause. It's something I've started talking about now. So please, if anybody could throw a lot in there, just checking. Support system, where in Nigeria, apart from Komodo?
Okay. Can I just answer Dr. Shagaya a minute, yeah, please? Okay, so very quickly, Common Cancer Foundation is just a foundation. I will not lie to anybody. We have not ever raised any money towards this. So all this, but majority of the people that I have met are not even based in the UK. And when I'm looking at the screen, I'm still correct. Not everybody here is based in the UK. Some are in America and a lot are in Nigeria. We have actually, for the first time, tried to go live on Facebook today. I'll find out how successful we were. Once we can get past going live on Facebook, we'll try and go live on YouTube. June is Male Cancer Month. And I am very concerned that men are not hearing this message. I have now, so that I'm just trying to share with you where we are going. I have now been able to get an Igbo speaker and a Pidgin male speaker to do our 3-minute video on male cancer awareness. So I'm now looking for Yoruba, Igbo, and Hausa because I want it to be a man. I don't want a woman. And the man has to be ready to show me the video. Because the more you say it, the more we get through to people. No matter how much I want to clap my hands honestly for the cancer family I've made in Nigeria, because I started off with not knowing anybody, but I needed to go and do what I was called to do. All of you sitting here, you know, I don't know most of you. So somehow you came here as well because Larry, somebody sent you here.
Yes.
Bam. You see, and that's how we're growing it. I've never met Dr. Shagaya, she can tell you. I don't know her, I've never met her. So I'm actually trying to say to everyone, we actually don't know each other, but we are making a significant impact, even if it is small. The thing is consistency, continuing, getting new initiatives. Our goal for 2021, honestly, and I've just finished sorting out our PayPal account and our, what's it called? Our GT Bank account in Nigeria, is we want to get 36 billboards out to every state in Nigeria by the end of 2021.
Amazing.
And how we're going to do it, where we're getting it from, I don't know, but I know that you all will follow us and you will find us all over. So you can find us now anywhere, and our account details are now on our website, because we want to make sure it's all above board. But the drive is to create 36 billboards by the end of this year in Nigeria, in every state. So it's not, we're not going to do one state and get one state. Either we get all, we're not getting anything, because some states will get a board faster than others, and we don't want that. We want every state to get a let's talk about cancer, and we want to direct it so the medical support people on the platform will give us the addresses of the government recommended centers per state. We are making it a point that we do not want any private organization to fund any billboard, because we will not be advertising their hospitals or their centers. We don't want any of that. We're not medical people. We are survivors who live with it. So for those of you who don't know, maybe now I think we need to redo our Survivors Day in July. Maybe we should look at July. I was hoping them say October, because you see, I am a breast cancer with brain tumors.
Okay.
And to have removed 12 tumors already, or at least 12 have gone, and I'm still here and I finished the doctorate, you know, that means everybody on this platform, we all have to have a reason to fight. We have to fight and we have to win. And my hair is still growing. All of you people that are still going, oh yeah, let it grow. My own is growing now. All right. Dr. Shagaya, do you have anything to say to add to what I've just said? I really am really grateful to everyone, actually. Go on.
With regards to getting to the grassroots for the people hearing this talk, we're not quite there. But I tell you, we've come a long way. I got into oncology in 2004. My hospital at that time used to be for exclusive VIPs. Today, you can walk into my hospital belonging to low-income group earners and get care. It's not as bad as it used to be, but we still need a lot of help. There's the NHIS. It's not 100%. But I tell you, it has come a long way. Radiotherapy is covered. Most of the chemotherapies, the basic ones, are covered. But you and I know that only government workers probably will have insurance. What happens to that farmer from the rurals? Those are the ones, I'm really worried about. But, with groups like this, you've got the 36 billboards talking about it. We're not, because, when you don't talk about something, it just gets hidden away.
Yeah.
So the boards are there. We're talking about it. The next thing is going to be how they pay for it. The government pays for many other things for people. Why not cancer care? It will come. We just need to keep, like she says, be consistent, be sincere, be consistent, and just keep on. I've been in this space for a while, and I even though people sometimes feel so disenchanted, I am still very hopeful, because I can tell you the journey where we're coming from, we are going somewhere. So don't be discouraged. You can talk to someone, you'll be shocked who you can talk to that can make a difference. So if each one of us reasons that way, and we just keep on pulling our ideas, our energy, our knowledge, together, we'll get there. We'll get there.
Okay. Thank you very, very, very much, Dr. Shugaya. Thank you. I cannot not say thank you. I think I'm sure it's a medical person, because I've met you already, Dr. Bello. I think I just saw you at the beginning of this. You have something to say, and then I am closing down for the day. Dr. Bello, please, can you unmute yourself?
Yes, thank you so much. I must congratulate Dr. Shagaya and, of course, your team for the brilliant presentation. I've been here quietly listening to the erudite presenters and all the people that have said so many things. Maybe I should introduce myself. I'm the president of the African Organization for Research and Training in Cancer, IOTIC. And, a lot of our members are actually here. The only thing I would like to mention is the Cancer Health Fund that is about 1 billion naira and still languishing at the Federal Ministry of Health. It has not been put to use, 1 billion naira. Please, I think we need to gang up and find a way of compelling them to use that money for the benefit of the cancer patient. 1 billion naira is a lot of money. And for me, we should not allow bureaucracy to keep that money languishing somewhere. We must find a way of insisting, of forcing and compelling the Ministry of Health to release that money. Please. That's all I will say. So thank you very much for this opportunity and for this forum, and enjoy your day. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Abubakar. Wow. 1 billion. Ha. Okay, my cancer people on the platform. We have work.
Common Cancer should apply for some of that so that you can give to all the doctors who are telling us they need to raise awareness.
Yeah, please. That's what we have to go slowly now. It don't work like that. So it's Nigeria.
Because that is free information. We need to know how to apply for that. And
that's another homework.
Like Dr. Shagaya and the other doctor, Dr. Oluwadara or something from UCH. UCH is key. My sister worked there. I know people there. So please, we need to do something.
Okay, I want, here it goes. Okay, I want to thank everybody. Dr. Bello, please, can I reach out to you at some point? Because I think there is a serious need for us to continue to drive. We never know who we know that can make a difference. And one of the things I've learned about Nigeria is you never know. You talk to somebody and you find that you meet somebody along the line that can get you somewhere you're trying to go. Like I said, most of us on the platform are cancer survivors. Dr. Ella is on. Dr. Ella is one of our board members. It bothers me because I live with it, and I can't lie to you. I know. I take treatment every 3 weeks. I have treatment on Tuesday, and it's not easy. And there's a lot that goes with it, and I have to plan my life around it. And yes, a lot of things that have been said today. For those who haven't been through cancer, or those of you who work with us, to be honest, it is a very, very, very hard journey. But I think together we can make a difference. And we have a lot of people that hold our hands and help us along this way, but it's very difficult even for them, because I've actually seen my family go through it with me, and it wasn't easy, and even my mother. Okay, let me put my own people here first, and we'll take it from there. My own people on the cancer platform, can we meet? Can we look at what we can do together? Because I know that Collier is trying to set up one Newi December. So, and she just finished one in Newi as well last week.
And
so.
Lagos
She just got back
too.
from Nigeria. Yes. So I think
then if Collier wants to do Lagos too.
I know you want to do Lagos.
December.
Let us even know. But she's already done. But she doesn't want to do City of Lagos. She wants to do Village of Lagos.
No.
So it's
interior.
things like that.
Doing the City of Lagos, I'm going into the core area of the villages. That's my calling. I'm not cut out for ladies in stilettos. I'm cut out for the women who wear flip-flops.
Yeah, you see, a lot of us have learned, you know, when you do, to those of you who don't know, when you're doing cancer treatment, you know, you learn to wear clothes that you look at yourself and think to yourself, am I the one wearing this thing? It doesn't matter again, it's survival rate. We're trying to survive here. Okay, I think I want to thank everybody. Dr. Shagaya, I really, really appreciate you. I thank you for your time. I thank you for listening to me when I go on and on, because I know that this is it's your area of work, and for you to do it, you must have some.
Sorry, Dr. Dennis. Sorry, Dr. Dennis. Just before you close, I want to take this opportunity to recognize the presence of the father of Dr. Shagaya on this platform, a professor, eminent retired professor of surgical oncology, and a former director of clinical services at Egbenedium University. He has been here on this platform from the beginning to the end.
I knew he was here. I just didn't know he was. I have been watching and I was like, whose dad is this? Because that's what my dad would normally do. So Dr. Shagaya, wow.
Lawrence has been watching. He's 85 and he has listened from the beginning to the end. And I think he should be recognized. So thank you.
I know who you're talking about. So we're going to refer to him as Dr. Chidozie, right?
Yes.
Can we give him a round of applause? Thank you, sir, for joining us. We really appreciate you. We really, really thank God. I mean, your daughter is my helper. So my helper in Nigeria. In fact, I've been telling her how we're going to my village. Me, I have to discuss how we're getting to Asaba and Iguzo so that we can go and do something there. But for now, that's not what it's all about.
First. Denise, she's coming to Newi first before Asaba.
She's from Asaba. What are you talking about? We haven't finished our own. We don't know we have to take care of our house before we're going to be taking care of this house. Excuse me. Anyway, so everyone, I just want to say a really, really, really big thank you. Sir, I want to thank you for joining us. I really appreciate the fact that you joined. I looked at you and I was like, this man looks like my dad. So let's keep going. For everybody on the platform, thank you. For all of us that are cancer survivors, I think maybe we'll try and start forming a WhatsApp group and then see how we can work together to see what we can do in Nigeria. Because honestly, it doesn't make a difference. And then Dr. Abubakar, I will reach out to you because maybe there are those that we know people at, but we don't know what to be asking for because we're not medical people. So we can only ask for what we want. Dr. Adamu, our Presido, is here. So I think I will reach out and talk to him as well. But to everybody on the platform, I want to say a very big thank you. Thank you. And thank you everyone, because something went wrong at the very beginning and the codes were wrong, but at least we still got a good talk out of this. You are all welcome to follow Commode Cancer Foundation. It's a Nigerian registered NGO, and it's fundamentally to drive cancer awareness in Nigeria. It is not for anywhere else. I am from Iguzo. That's my village. It's in Asaba. It's in this Asaba axis, Delta State. That's where we're coming from. So, and I'm very proud. I'm very proud of it. I like to say it safe. So don't worry about it. Even yellow, no matter. Okay, so my people, thank you very much for coming online. You can follow us on Commode Cancer Foundation, our Instagram page, our Facebook page, our YouTube. This video may not go out on YouTube because I don't think you recorded from the beginning. Our YouTube page has a lot of our videos and they are being updated now and uploaded. And then we also have our website. Please follow us on any of those platforms. You can send us messages. We will try and answer. I know that somebody who was supposed to be here unfortunately lost the relative that she'd been sitting on this platform for this week. And we're going to make a way to start reaching out to those people. But like I said, Common Cancer Foundation, we don't know each other. We know each other on this platform. And one day we will all celebrate together and we will meet each other face to face. I want to say a very big thank you to everybody. Thank you actually for joining us. Thank you for being on this platform. Thank you for supporting us cancer survivors, us cancer sufferers. It doesn't matter. We are still here and we will fight together. Dr. Shagaya, one more thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. On behalf of Common Cancer Foundation, we say thank you for your time. Thank you for joining us. And thank you for some things you gave us here. I think a lot of us women will be going to go and get ourselves re-examined, thinking that we're free. There's some things you said now that even me, I'm a bit not sure. So everybody, thank you. My God, my lecturer is still here. I don't want to call it.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
All right.
Thank you, everyone. Good night.
All right, bye-bye.
Bye. Dr. Shagaya, I'll call you.
Bye, well done.
Thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you.
Well done, Denise. Was a
Thank you.
fantastic session, honestly.
Wow.
Thank you, Denise.
Well done,
Bye.
babe. Well done. Well done. Now you be that. Now me.
In fact, I had to
well
make
done.
notes.
Very informative.
I tell you.
Well done. Thank you, thank you, thank you,
Thank you very much.
Thank you, everyone. Thank you very much, sir, for joining us. We really appreciate you.
Thank you, sir. Papa, thank you.
Thank you, sir. God bless you, sir.
What happened to, what's her name? Dr. Ella, she disappeared before I could call her. Anyway, I'll talk to you guys. Take care of yourselves.
Okay.
Thank you.
Take care. Bye.
Bye.
Kolia, bye. Dennis, bye.
Bye, everyone. This was one meeting that I